Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome into another playthrough for Anno 1800. This playthrough is going to have a very specific goal in mind. It's not going to be trying to recreate any cities and watching me get frustrated because curved roads aren't a thing. Don't worry. We are going to be trying to reach 1 million population while beauty building. This is based on a conversation I had with a few people earlier this week. And we thought it would be kind of interesting to see, what a 1 million pop city that is not min-max or record building style would look like. So I decided to make that a little challenge for myself. 1 million population, not investors, mind you, because we're beauty building. So I'm going to have an array of population across my islands. Everything from farmers all the way up to investors in some skyscrapers. We're not going to use skyscrapers to get all of our 1 million population. We're going to do it a little different. So that is the goal. Our map settings are available in the Discord server. If you want to check those out, just head down to the Discord server invite link in the description below, and you can find a channel called Map Settings under our Anno section, and you'll see instructions on how to get those settings loaded into your game. Do note that this map does not have any AI and no pirates. Our challenge in this is to get the 1 million population, not to have to deal with pirates and competitors or anything like that. Maybe later on I'll do something similar to this challenge again, but on a little bit more harder difficulty. But right now we're just going to be focused on the building aspect. The format of this series is going to be a mixture of time lapses, some heavy editing, and commentary. Along with some real time. I'm not going to make you sit there and watch me build every single square inch of every single island. We'll do a lot of cuts and everything and some time lapses to speed up some of the building process and get through things as quick as possible. Crown Falls is going to be the center of our little capital empire here, and where most of our big city is going to be, although the whole island won't be covered in an entire city. I do want to try and make it a little interesting looking since we are doing this as a beauty build. So with that, guys, I hope you enjoy this new series. Be sure to leave me a like and a comment down below to let me know how excited you are or what you think. Some strategies or some tips that you've done to reach 1 million population. If you've done it, let me know those down below. I could definitely take those into consideration since I've never done a large pop city before. So this is going to be a new thing for me. I'm really excited about it. I hope you are too. So sit back and enjoy the video. Hey guys, welcome into the time-lapse portion of the video. So the rest of this video is actually going to be time-lapsed on 400% speed. It was about 3 hours worth of recording that I did. I didn't realize it was so much, but yeah, I did about 3 hours worth of recording. So there is a lot for me to cut down to about a 20-minute video. There was a lot of stuff I did cut out, obviously. But nothing super crazy or anything. So what's going on right now on the screen is I'm actually doing an early version of trying to figure out the layout. I decided not to do this and I scrapped it for this, which is where we actually end up at the end of the video. I decided I wanted to do something that was a little more broad and a little bit more spread out and spacious with some nice big boulevards and everything. I do kind of talk a little bit more about all of this at the end of the video, so I'm not going to talk about it too much just yet. But I did decide to go with these bigger, chunkier blocks and everything that give me some nice room in the middle. Now, here's a fun little thing I thought about doing. I really like making like squares and roundabout type things. So I decided to do these markets and stuff in the center. And later on, it looks really cool as I expand on this idea and I start adding to it with some decorations around it. Turns out really nice. I like these as like focal points for my big roads and stuff. As I kept going on, I just kept expanding the city out. I'm blueprinting everything, as you can see. I'm using the blueprint tool quite often. That way I can plan my cities out and plan where everything's going to go without having to actually spend the resources and the money to lay it all down. It's really helpful to do that. If you're not sure exactly how you want your layouts and stuff to look, now roads and stuff do cost money, but they're a pittance of money, so don't worry about it. But use the blueprint mode for your buildings. I'm doing this right here because I don't exactly know how I'm going to lay a lot of this out. So I'm using that blueprint, getting idea, and then scrapping it and moving stuff around as needed. Now, of course, a lot of this is basic stuff. I'm expanding my industries. I'm laying down work clothes and framework knitters and fisheries. The agricultural stuff is not going to stay on this island. I do talk about that at the end of the video a little bit, but I am going to move the agricultural stuff off. Everything you see right now with all these potato farms, with the farmers around them, that stuff's not going to stay. I decided I don't like that. I don't like the way it looks. So I'm going to get rid of it later and move it off of the island. I kept building, I kept thinking about, how I want this area of town to look. I really think this area of town is going to stay mostly artisans, a few engineers possibly, no workers or anything. This is going to be an artisan, engineer, and investor island. But, I do want to keep certain things like churches and stuff around, obviously, for the artisans. So I want to fit it in and make it look a little interesting. I'm probably going to change a few things up later on with some of the layouts of how I've done some of the inner courtyards, I guess, of the squares, and make them look like some plazas and stuff inside them, and or open spaces. Maybe use some market stalls from the city lights pack, and just try to expand a few things out, and just so it's not just a cluster of buildings. I do want it to breed a little bit. Now, I love mixing in bakeries with my artisan homes. I think bakeries mixed in with workers and artisans just looks really cool. It fits the aesthetic so nicely. So I am going to try and move some houses around and get some more bakeries put in between everything as soon as I can. The slaughterhouses are not so much. I'm probably going to take the slaughterhouses completely off this island, but I do want to leave the bakeries. I'll bring over flour to the island later, and make my bread and stuff local for the artisans. Starting to fill in those gaps and everything with more industry. That's kind of why I like to leave the gaps in the middle. I think industry looks kind of nice in there, especially surrounded by like artisan homes, the sewing machines and window makers and stuff. I think they just look really nice, kind of set in the back alleys and everything, with the shops and the houses on the front roads, and then within the back alley areas have your industry and your factories and stuff like that. I just think that looks really cool. So I have moved on to the new world here, and I am doing the 10 by 10 in the new world. I thought about it a little bit, and I decided to do the 10 by 10 in the new world. I had to cut back over there for something. But yeah, so the 10 by 10 will be used extensively in the new world regions. Of course, since I am going for 1 million population, I am going to have a lot of Ornaleros and Obreros on my islands. Probably going to make somewhat heavier use of docklands when it comes to the New World goods. That way I can use more space for housing, but I still want to mix in some farmland because I wanted to make it look kind of interesting. I was talking with another content creator the other day about some layout designs for Ornaleros, and we came up with some really cool ideas for it. So I want to mix some of these ideas I have in with the layouts that I'm doing with the 10 by 10, and then expand on them again a little bit. Sorry, you may have to excuse me. I am losing my voice right now, getting sick, so having a little trouble talking, but we'll make it. Like stuff like this right here, kind of fitting in those sugar canes, like very nice and neat with all my housing. I just think that looks so cool. It feels like New World-y to me, if that's a word. It just feels right. So I really like that look, and I like that aesthetic and that layout. I don't do too much in the New World after this. I think I go back down and I set up a little bit of trade routes to sell off some stuff to get some cash coming in. But other than that, I don't do too much with the New World after this. I don't even bring rum up until the very end of the episode. I start buying my rum from Kahina instead. I start a little soap trade route up. God, excuse me. There it is right there, where I'm selling soap, and then I'm going down and buying rum from Kahina with a schooner. And I'm actually going to do that for a while to supplement my rum until I bring it up from the New World. I love buying the goods from the neutral traders. I think it's a great way to supplement your stuff and having to cut down on the number of factories you need. So jumping forward just a little bit here. I am working a little bit on the roads. I decided I'm going to leave that dirt road path down the middle. I think it looks kind of cool. I don't know. There's something about it I like. Kind of like the dirt road down the middle of the two. There's not going to be any trains on this side of the island. I'm not going to have any train tracks over here. So I'm not going to replace it. And I just think it looks kind of neat. There's something, I don't know. There's something about it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think of the dirt road in between the brick roads. I think it looks kind of cool. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right now. Oh, this right here. I got an actor. I got the actor and I slotted the actor in. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, okay, where's my canned food and rum? Where's the canned food and... Oh, I don't have a variety theater. Oopsies. And so then I had to go build a variety theater because I kind of forgot. Now, here's one thing I hate, actually. I hate trying to build up next to the mountains. I just hate it. I can never figure out exactly how to get up next to the mountains very well. Everything just feels kind of squished and forced. Normally, I like to try to leave like at least a one tile gap between the building and the mountain for trees. So I may take some of that out over there and change that up a little bit. I don't think I'm feeling the building slammed right up on there. I never use that anchor decoration. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so here's where I'm starting to do some decorating, actually. I decided to create a little... I was going to do something weird, fun there, but that looked terrible. I replaced it. But yeah, having those markets and stuff right there. Oh, see how cool that looks? It just creates a really neat focal area for that neighborhood. You know, it creates, you know, the market with the market stalls in that little area right there. I just think it looks really cool. It creates a nice little town square type thing right there. And as we know, European cities are full of like these market areas where multiple roads intersect and come together in a big space. And they create like a market or a plaza of some kind. And I really wanted to emulate that a little bit more. So far, I'm really happy with how the city has turned out right there and everything. It's the artisan area looks like I want it to. It's dense. It doesn't feel like too thinned out. It's properly dense, and it has a nice amount of variety in terms of what the eye sees. Your eye is drawn to different things. There's some factories here. There's a marketplace there. There's a church over there. It's not just a sea of red roofs. Later on, I will be changing all of the artisans, of course, to probably the brick skin, I think. We'll see. I'm going to play around with the different skins. So kind of moving on towards the end of the commentary, and I'll leave you with a little bit of music before the end. I am moving on to Land of Lions. I do set up just a very basic Land of Lions. I don't do anything with it. I don't even think I show it in the video. But I just get some basic stuff going with Land of Lions, just to go ahead and get to the region. Later on, I will be expanding on it and getting scholars and stuff going. I want to go ahead and get my scholars going early and get that started and up and running as quick as I can. So one other trade route you saw me do, I was selling fried plantains to Isabel from both of my islands in the New World, and I was picking up sugarcane and taking it to an island that cannot make sugarcane, so I can make rum for them. So that I'm just going to leave you with about a minute or so of some music, and then I will see you in the live part at the end. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the first part of this new series. It has been a little bit of a challenge actually trying to get this city right here laid out. I've gone through several iterations of trying to decide how I wanted my blocks to look and what I was going to do for the initial setup right here, but I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out so far. This is a tight little island I'm building on right here, but I'm working my way up this way because right over in this area is going to be our main part of the city. While I was working on this, I did decide that I think I'm going to go for 5,000 investors before I go to Crown Falls. The reason being is I want to go ahead and get everything unlocked so I can go to Crown Falls and start blueprinting the city as I want it, at least initially. I want to be able to blueprint all of my buildings, zoos, museums, and everything else that I'm going to want, and get a rough idea of where I want things to be. It's a lot easier to do that when everything is unlocked and you can plan it all with everything available. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to hang out in the old world, beauty build, work on some of our population centers here. No skyscrapers at the moment. We're going to save skyscraper stuff for Crown Falls, but we'll at least get investors going, at least on the 4 main islands. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the 4 starting islands for this particular map, and I think I'm going to at least get population centers going on all 4 of those and get 5,000 investors unlocked and happening. Now, the back part of this island's a bit messy over here. I'm just kind of mucking around with things. I do plan on moving all of this kind of stuff off. All agricultural stuff will be off of this island. I was going to kind of intermingle it a little bit, but I decided I'm not going to do that. I want this to be more of a cosmopolitan island. So we are going to move all of the farming and stuff off. Probably up here would not be a bad island. This is a decent island for it. We've got hops and grain and grapes up here already. Lots of coal available. Here's another good little farming island. I'm going to have some fun with farming towns. I want to make some really cute little farming towns. So pay no attention to all this. I was trying to make it kind of look interesting, but I decided I hated it. So we're going to get rid of all of it. Newspaper man, what we got? Scarcity of beer. We'll publish that because I'm not even making beer, so it doesn't even matter. So I think that's the direction we're going to go in. I'm going to finish working on this island, at least get it up to investors, and then expand out to another island and kind of get it taken care of, just one at a time, till I get some stuff going that I want. And then we'll go to Crown Falls later on. Now, as far as like how I'm planning on supplying everything, I know that question probably get asked. I don't plan on like cheesing Docklands with Bruno. I do plan on producing most stuff. I will be using specialists and items in this game, not to any crazy extent. Like right now I am using an actor just so I can go ahead and skip the canned food for the moment. But later on I will import goulash and produce canned food myself. Through the use of Docklands, importing the goulash. I don't want to import the canned food itself. I do like the canneries, so I'll at least import the goulash. And a few things like that. As I kind of make up my mind on exactly how my rules for Docklands will be, we'll talk about that later and everything. Let's see, what else? Research Institute will be a thing. We will have research stuff going on. I will probably make a full scholar island on like maybe something like this. I may do like a scholar island here in the old world somewhere. This one here would not be a bad little island for it. Not that one. This is not a bad island for it. I could do no, it's a little bit too big. I think this might be a scholar island right here. I kind of like that idea. Just a full scholar setup island. I think that'd be kind of fun to do. Yeah, and then we'll just kind of start expanding it out from there and seeing how it goes. Again, the goal is 1 million population, but I am going to beauty build it, so I do want to try to make it look nice as I go along. Obviously, of course, we're going to do a lot of rearranging and stuff like that. A lot of that, of course, I will cut out. Some people really like seeing me fiddle around and place buildings constantly. Some people don't, so I'm going to kind of please those that don't like seeing me fiddle around the whole time, and probably cut out a lot of the like tedious movement of buildings everywhere. Whenever I decide to redesign something, I'll kind of do like a before and after. Here it is before, and here it is after. So I think that's where we'll go with that. So, but right now I do like these designs. This is a 14 by 14. Well, obviously it's a little funky because I've got that, but yeah, it's a 14 by 14. It's a just an extension of the 10 by 10. So basically you can do any of these kind of broken up layouts like this, similar to the 10 by 10, as long as it's not divisible by 3. So I decided to go for a 14 by 14, and then I mixed in some 10 by 10s somewhere, or I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Oh no, I was thinking about mixing in some 10 by 10s. So like some 14 by 14s and then some 10 by 10s mixed in for fun with some like big wide boulevards and stuff, breaking up the monotony of the grid so it doesn't look so bad. Yeah, but I think that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're looking forward to more content for this series. If you are, do be sure to leave a like and a comment down below, and I would be very, very happy to see that. If you want to chat with me more, be sure to join our Discord server. Again, the map settings are available on Discord as well in the map settings channel. Every 10-ish episodes, I will have save games available for channel members. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, supporting me, and getting access to save games, be sure to check out the join link down below, or you can also join on Patreon or on Twitch as a Twitch subscriber. All those people that are kind enough to help support the channel do get access to save game files. So with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.